All right, guys, it's been a month. I know it's been a long time. It's been a little difficult to find time for all of us to get together. Um, we are right now without our Javier, but Javier will be joining us today. He is on his way back from work. Hopefully he will arrive within the next couple of minutes. But if not, I think we're all prepared to. If someone needs to play him, I can just play him. But with that being said, I know it's been a month, so starting from this point on, the players have all agreed that if anyone was to miss a session, they would be not immediately, like someone would play their character, or they would be written off to be like going somewhere else. And we've had this discussion. Originally, I was trying to make it so that everyone could be experiencing it, but now I know the show must go on even without people, even when everyone can't be there, and they'll just have to experience it another time. So with that being said, I know everyone here is extremely excited, and I am too, because um because where we last left off, Knights of Greebo were split in two different parts of the world of Treeful Ground. One half, which was still near Aberdeen, Bosch's old home, went and was stalking the old ruins where the Wanderers of Kickersea were said to have held camp. While on the other side of the continent, Greg and Cora were in a completely different country, in a completely different town that they had no clue about. Just give me one moment. They were in the town of Kapshinov, a mummy reborn like town where everyone was considered a mummy in some way, shape, or form. Now, both parties in their own right had their own investigating and shenanigans. But where we last left off for these party members was one part of the Aberdeen squad, Warlock, rushed ahead with the Dread Gem in tow and suddenly disappeared after smashing it to the ground and stabbing it in through himself and fracturing his body into 8 different pieces before shifting out of existence. The party, both Greg and Cora, were able to capture and interrogate some of the Wanderers of Kickersea that were in Kapshinov, though not successfully. The wonderful leader, Pet Amen Nebkata, the centaur mummy leader, was able to make a portal just in the right area for them. And as Warlock disappeared, a portal reappeared, showing Cora and Greg reappearing in the middle of the center, surrounded by 6 very powerful generals. And it's that this is where we left off. And I would like everyone to roll initiative. I will roll 4. I will quickly do some things on my side to make sure that everyone's counted for. But please do go ahead and roll initiative. Sweet. Okay. 12 at 12 plus anything? Oh, Greg, you don't level up yet. You're level 5 right now. I just had to keep that in mind. So 12 plus 5, or you got a 7 plus 5? Selena? Sorry. So Cora got a 12. Selena got a 7. Bosch, what did you get? Jesus. Alright. I'm gonna roll for Javier. Okay. That is an 8 plus. Oh god. And Greg, what did you roll? Dang. Starting off strong. Alright. I'm gonna quickly roll some things on my end. Alright. Okay, so we're gonna start off with this guy. 6. No. Okay, so this guy is gonna be. That one is a. Ooh. Okay. All right. So as we start, you guys know that Cora and Greg have both landed in the center, surrounded by these 6 generals. But even after the portal closes, you note that there's this gleaming energy in the air of magenta, orange, yellow, blue, white, black, green. Very much many different kind of like misty colors in the air that are still scattered in the world. I need someone to roll me a d20. Okay. Nothing happens. Nothing happens this turn. We're gonna start off this turn. So at the top of their order, it is going to be one of the cult leaders. This cult leader is this figure that looks humanoid, but as you see them, as you look at them, you note that something remind me about this person. This person is very much emanating a holy essence within themselves. Almost like as if they've been fallen, but this holy essence is corrupted. Kind of dark and red. And he is going to start his turn immediately surprised, but with a natural 20 on initiative, does get to act before everyone else. He's going to look to... By the way, Greg, did I tell you to take a long rest last turn? Or... Okay. This is going to be rough for you. He's going to look towards you, and he's going to attack you twice. He's going to... thankfully, he's only using his hands. But these hands suddenly will come out and attack you. That's going to be... that's going to be a 13 and a 10 to hit you. Yes, you, Greg. So, even with a natural 20, you, with your sudden new, kind of like Shaolin monk beard, just suddenly, you were prepared, and you dodge out the way, kind of in place. And he's going to look surprised, and use his bonus action to try and attack you again. That's going to be 17. You're going to take, as you get hit, 9 points of bludgeoning damage as you dodge, look really cockily back, and he just jabs you into the side of it, of your kidney, and you kind of have to get down to one knee because you are in pain. You are already damaged, and I think everyone can see that Greg is severely hurt in this instance. And what he's going to do then is, just after he does that, he's going to do nothing because he doesn't really have anything else he can do. Yeah, so that's his turn. Up next is going to be you, Greg. Oh, you're right next to him, so yeah. All right. Go ahead and hit. And go ahead and roll the hit. 11 does not hit. Okay. No. No. Yikes. So you, as he looks like he got you, and you are just not able to recover after that gut punch, and you look bad. You have missed both of your attacks. And you still have a bonus action movement. Oh shit! You only have one. Oh no. Okay. Well, all right. Do you want to move back towards the party, or do you want to stay in place, or do you want to? You're out. Okay. Because you took a bonus action to attack again. I'll be kind and say that only the monk gets to attack you with an opportunity attack. That misses, thankfully. That is a 12 to hit. But you are able to use how much of your movement? I will say the party is around 20 feet. As far as you know, you only see Javier and Bosch coming up. Coming up. You do not see Selena. And only Cora is right next to you. But as you run away, do you try to stay next to Cora, or do you try to run towards Javier and Bosch? All right. You are completely fine then, as you have avoided the opportunity attack, and you take 30 movements to get over toward Bosch and Javier. Does that end your turn? All right. Next is going to be the big Goliath warrior. You, Cora, see this Goliath warrior just come right up to you, and it's going to take out his great axe, and it's going to attack twice with you. Twice on you. That is going to be a 15 and a 9 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna take. That's 6. I think that's 6. Yeah. You're gonna take 10 points of slashing damage as he swings once and misses wildly, and then just on the back, kind of like does a reverse and just slashes you right across your chest as you dodge, and he's going to at that point then just stay where he is. All right. Next is going to be another general. It is a dwarf in the figure who doesn't look that strong. He actually looks like he kind of is the least part. You can tell he doesn't seem prepared to fight, which is surprising for a dwarven figure. But you see, he's going to quickly say, "You need to hold them off. I have to go and find a new gem. We need to make this ritual now." And he's going to turn to run. And do you want to stop him? Yep, you absolutely can. He leaves in your range.
Okay. I'm gonna attack with my
Hell yep. Go ahead, roll for hit.
7.
That misses, unfortunately. So you go and swipe just a little too late, and he's going to take his movement of 25 feet and start heading towards the middle hut, or the middle house that you kind of figure is the main headquarters. And he doesn't get in yet, but he's at the door currently. Actually, I will say he gets in, because he's going to use his action to dash and get through the door. And you do not see him doing anything afterwards. Alright. Next up is going to be our man, Blakely Darktusk, who is in the imprisonment, who is under the impression, only Selena would know, I think, that this is Darius Farmore right now, but his real alias is Blakely Darktusk. Blakely is going to look towards you, Cora, and say, You were there. You were the one who killed my partner. And he's going to try and reach out towards you. And damn, I didn't put the spell I wanted to do. That's fine. He's going to put out a hand towards you. And try... You know what? He probably would do that. He's going to throw... He looks around and says... it says you. And then he looks at everyone and says... Wait, you all did it. And he's going to throw his hands out. I need everyone to roll me a wisdom saving throw. You succeed. You succeed. Okay. You fail. And what did you get, Bosch? Bosch. Honestly, I don't either. It's fine. Just failed. Cora, Selena, you are able to avoid this effect. Javier, Bosch, Greg. As he moves his hands, suddenly everything feels slow. It's difficult to move fast anymore. And you struggle to even utter things in a fast pace, and you feel yourself being sluggish and bogged down. You are considered slowed. Your speed is now halved. You take a -2 penalty to your AC and dexterity saving throws. You cannot use any reactions. You only can now use, while slow is up, an action or bonus act, not both. And regardless of your abilities or magic items, you cannot make more than one melee or ranged attack while you're slowed. And there's something a little special for throws. But he does that. And as a bonus action, is just going to... It's going to run. But you can't... You took an opportunity attack. He's going to head as well into the... he only gets 30 feet right to the door of the middle hut. Does not get through the door. But he is now at the door. And up next, lo and behold, is you, Cora. You have just been slashed by this barbarian. You still have four generals around you, but two of them, including Blakely Darktusk under the guise of Darius Farmore, has just slowed down three of your party members, and you feel its effects come onto you. You feel like they're trying to slow you down, and they're trying to stop you from getting somewhere. But you shrug it off, and you have your full turn. So what would you like to do?
How far away is Selena and
Selena rolled a really high stealth check. So I will say, if you want to, you see Javier, Bosch, and Greg around 30 feet away, but you you can see, yeah, you can't, you if you want to roll perception, you can try and see if you see Selena. You don't see Selena, which is honestly kind of common. You're like, oh, I don't see her. Maybe she's probably still here, but you see them 30 feet away, and as you do, you kind of see them just kind of doing this like weird slow motion as they're trying to run up, and yet they're kind of stuck in place.
What do you guys I'm gonna cast Thunder
On who?
on the cultists and the Goliath who are nearby.
How big is Thunderwave? If I could ask you.
50 feet.
It'll get all four of the remaining cultists. Okay, this is big. Let me know what I need to roll.
It is a con saving roll of 14.
Okay. Constitution saving throw of 14. The first cultist failed. The third cultist failed. The second cultist got an 18, so he succeeds. And there was one more. This guy. He just fails with a 12. So, three of them fail, one of them succeeds. So could I get some damage?
Yeah, it's 6
Okay. Okay. Give me 1 second, because I, unfortunately, was in a rush and I didn't really get to do half of this stuff. Okay. Cool. Excellent. Okay. So, the first cultist... Oh, sorry. The second and third cultist... So, I counted them in different orders. But the second and third cultist and the Goliath all failed, took 6 thunder damage, and are pushed back... 15, how far?
15.
Push back 15 feet. And how do you exactly do this thunder wave? Is there something that you do while you cast this thunder wave?
Shoot a shout out. Cast a AD on a person. I know it's a ranged action, so I can use it in minutes in like a giant circle around them.
Amazing. Yeah. And as you do this, boosh! 3 of them just get thrown back towards the other huts around the central hut. But you see one cult leader and a high elf-esque, very lithe and skinny, even though he looks looks a little bit buff, but very skinny. He looks up and gives you a sly grin, as he only takes half damage and only takes 3 points of thunder damage. Is there anything else you want to do?
Yeah, let me see. Bonus action.
Yeah.
I want to, I'm going to use insight on orcs as my bonus action using one of my bardic inspirations for that.
What would you like to do?
All I gotta do is okay, so I use the bardic inspiration on 1d6. Um,
1d6. Bardic Inspiration. Who are you giving it to?
no, I'm doing insight on orcs.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
It says, I believe one of my bardic inspiration, choose one creature within 60 feet. Rolling a 1d6, the creature does subtract the number rolled from the next saving throw it makes for one start of my next turn. So I rolled it. So they get two.
And who is this going towards?
Theo.
Okay. And what do you say that's unsettling to
Hey, fuck you.
her? Hey, fuck you. It just suddenly looks even like more weird as you say that. But good job. All right. Anything else you want to do with your turn? All right. Javier is going to go next. He only unfortunately has only has his action, and since he is 30 feet away, he is going to take his revolver, kind of come up, and even really slow, cock the hammer back and fire right towards the right towards the high elf cultist. That is going to be a 17, which does hit. So Javier is going to do 2d8 plus 3. Does 10 points of piercing damage. As this bullet, even slow, he gets distracted by your words and turns around just in time for it to pierce right into his chest and just barely miss his heart and come out the other side. Completely harmless. But that is even... Oh, shit. Yeah. Even for, like, a slow bullet, that does a lot of damage. And you can see him still smiling, but the blood now is coming out of his mouth a little bit. He doesn't know... You don't know if he looks hurt or not. Or if he's strangely into this. But Javier is just looking at that. It's like, that's fucking weird. Nope. And he's going to go and move a measly 15 feet towards the building to his left and not get there. He's going to then roll a wisdom saving throw. And unfortunately does not succeed on resisting the slow. Now, it's going to be the first cult, the cult leader in front of you's turn. He's going to look directly at you, and his smile turns kind of strangely devilish. Even more. You can see now his smile turns even wider, starts to peel away at the skin on his sides, kind of like it's starting to rip. And as he does so, he transforms into a devilish-like predator. And he's going to go ahead and make 2 strikes on you in his predatory form. One with strength as a very actually he's gonna go first for a very quick kind of like slash. Does a 13 hit? Core? Core 13 hits. Okay, so it just hits. And then he's going to, as he does it, he gets purchased, smiles and grins, and rips back up with his meaty hands, a deep cut. That's going to be a 14 to hit. So that's 2d6 plus 3. You're going to take 11 points of slashing damage altogether. And as a bonus action, he's going to see his moment, and with his suddenly now long elvish bloody nails, jab your throat with his nails for a third dexterous predatory strike. And that's going to unfortunately hit with a 15. Do you have any spell that you can cast as a reaction? No, you don't have a reaction. Never mind.
No, but I can do Hellish Rebuke.
You used a reaction, unfortunately.
Okay,
Yeah, unfortunately, you used it to attack the guy. So this is just gonna be a d6 plus one. You are looking rough. So this needs to be max damage in order to knock you out. Just six and one. So that's max damage on the die. But what happens is this, Cora. This man is sees his opportunity. He's gotten you right where he wants you. He can see the smile. The blood is dripping from his side, and he jabs his fingers. He's going over and jabs his fingers, and he jabs them straight through your throat, and it should kill you. But something's preventing him from killing you, from making you unconscious. You are at one hit point, but something stops him, and you see this orangish glow outside. Suddenly, the mist surrounds you and holding him in place, and you kind of hear in your ear, "So give up, keep fighting," and he just sort of withdraws and is like confused and shocked. But he's going to then, with this, run towards as well the middle chamber. He's going to take 30 feet. He does not. He's right at the door right now with Blakely. Next up will be Selena. As you just see Cora almost instantly die. Not instantly die, but get unconscious.
yeah, I'm gonna shoot at Mr. Smiling.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll hit. Roll hit.
He's currently on hit attack third hit. Yeah, twice.
Let's fucking go. Okay, what's your damage? Are you doing? I'll let you do anything bonus right now if you want. Any bonus actions to increase damage or anything you want to do extra. Yeah, you definitely have sneak attack, so you can double the damage or double the dice. So that'll be either 2d6 plus 6 or just 1d6 plus 3 double. Double damage or double dice?
That is 22.
22 damage?
Yep, sneak attack's 2d6.
Let's fucking go. You? What are you shooting with a longbow?
My short bow. 8 feet.
You are definitely in range. So I will say this. When you shoot, you see an anger. So you see Cora almost instantly die. Or like become unconscious. And something blocks her. You see the orange mist. And you see him get spooked and start running. And you go to take a fire. As you do, you feel this deep rage incite you. You feel yourself covered in a mist of red as you feel inside of you, and you hear around you, "Kill him! He wants to hurt your friends!" You get to roll an extra d6, which is doubled, so roll an extra 2d6. So, an extra 9 points of damage on top of that. Go pulse through this guy as you fire. That's an amazing shot. It hits him right in the neck, and it goes straight through his mouth, and he now no longer can smile, and he looks wide-eyed, and as he's about to try and pull it out of his neck, this pulse of red energy just goes through his body and shudders him and wakes him up, and he's not able to pull out the arrow. But that was an amazing hit. Do you have a second attack? right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you still have a bonus act.
Yeah, that's it.
Roll for me a stealth check. Yep. Seem pretty hidden to me. Next up, I assume that's the end of your turn though. So next up, Bosch. You are slowed. So I've already repeated everything about slow, but it is your turn. You can take an action or a bonus action, and your movement is halved. Cora almost died, or at least Cora almost was unconscious. All so currently four are out. Three of them were pushed back. And two of them are right by the door in the middle, and one is currently inside the door. So three are currently prone on their backs. One high elf almost killed Cora and ran away, got shot at for a lot of damage by Selena, and he is right next to Blakely, who you saw slowed you. And and a dwarf is currently inside the main room. No, they're around like 15 feet range from each other because they split off like boosh, boosh. If I will say, if you want, there were kind of like one, two, three, four, five, six. These two left, and these two were in place, and so they split off this way. One of them there's two that will be, I'd say, around 10 feet away. Or at least 10 feet away from each other. So he's currently at the door. You were 30 feet away, and he ran his movement toward the door, so that's 60 feet. If you want to get closer, you can. Oh, amazing. So you wanna grease him? Go ahead and roll for me a d20. Pretty good. So here's what happens. You feel as this slow comes out, it feels like it's like too slow, and you just kind of with all of your fast energy push it out, and 60 feet of grease spurts out of your hand, goes right over Cora, goes right over everyone that's prone, and now Blakely and that guy are both in an area of grease. I just have to remind. I haven't. It's been so long since someone used grease. Holy shit. Yeah, yeah. So they are within 10 feet of square. I'm gonna roll two dexterity saving throws for both of them. That's gonna be a 16 and a 14. Blakely succeeds, and yeah, and Elf succeeds too. Yep. They're both currently, they see the grease and they are slipping but not falling. Which is unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah. Okay. Up next is the third cultist leader. This cultist leader, you see, currently he looks like a very lithe human, but as he gets up, you see his figure change, and suddenly he looks like not gargantuan, but looks much taller, and kind of is impersonating the best he can of a very big bugbear. kind of like his form figures change and he suddenly looks completely different. He still has the same robes and clothes on, but underneath you can see scale mail armor and a scimitar by his side. And he's going to look, and he looks towards. It took half of his movement to get up, so it's going to be 15 feet. He does not get towards you, Cora. Because actually, he does, but he's not trying to hit you. He's going to take 15 feet towards the door. But you can definitely see he changed that in some way, shape, or form to make him more tanky. But that is... No, he's going to take an action to dash, so he also gets within the door. He gets within the building. Okay. I'm going to now, back at the top of the order, I want someone to roll me a d20. Okay. Nothing. Nothing happens. Alright, so next, back at the top, is going to be the Goliath monk character. Actually, not Goliath monk character, sorry. It is the angelic or dead devil monk character that gets up from prone and has 22 feet. And he's going to start running with 20 feet of run and take an action to dash into the building. But as he's about to enter, the room is filled with the two of the cultist members and three of the cultist members, and it seems like he's the last person to be able to fit in. So right now there's Blakely and one of the guards out there just trying to protect the others, and they, I guess, with a... Is it a bonus action to dash for monks as well? No, I don't think so, unfortunately. Actually, he will. And he's going to start yelling something. I want everyone to make me a perception check. Okay. 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 So, Chorus, Lena, both of you are not slowed, so you are able to hear. He's being very loud and frantic, and he's like, you hear him shout, "We need Svein. Svein is the only person that can save this ritual. He has something that we're missing, and he is able to protect us. We can come back another day, but we need Svein now. We must summon him." Selena, you know exactly who they're talking about. But that's the end of the monk's turn. The Greg, you're up. You are slowed. And actually, Bosch, do me a favor and roll me a d20, wisdom saving throw. Just fails. Yeah. You are not, unfortunately, able to shake the slow yet. But Greg, you are also slowed, and you are under the effects of. You are right next to Bosch and Javier. And it is your turn. He's a changeling. Some people find Skinwalker very offensive, so I don't say Skinwalker. Yeah, it's fine. So you ran 30 feet, and the changeling ran into the building. So his 60 feet. You do have a bonus action that you are allowed to run and take a disengage or dash action as a bonus if you spend key. No, no. This will take your entire turn though, and your movement is half. So if you take the dash action with this step of the wind, you will be going full movement. However, you will, unfortunately, not able to do anything else. Yeah, you only one action and one attack. I want 11 through 20. Yeah, no, there are definitely windows, but just two very small ones, and you see that actually as the people entered, those windows got filled because it was such a small house that was in the middle that they're like these big figures are taking up a lot of the space there. So you can see two of them. Okay, the left or right? All right. None. No. You throw a spear and it just doesn't even get close. Yeah, but it's fine. That's roll me a wisdom saving throw as you end your turn. Do you run closer? No, you don't. You only take if you want. You can move 20 feet closer. You can move 20 feet closer, but you can't move a full 40. So now you are 40 feet away from the middle place. Um, did you roll a wisdom saving throw? Wisdom, yes. No. You do not shake the slow. It's now going to be the Goliath's turn. I think I'm mistaken. There are only 3 people inside the building. The Goliath was still prone. He gets up from prone and has 15 feet of movement. Uh, he looks towards the mist around Cora and doesn't attack and runs 15 feet towards the building. And he's going to stand outside. Um, yeah, he's going to stand outside. And he's going to start protecting the door alongside Blakely and the high elf character. But next up is Blakely, dwarf's turn. As you hear when the monk says this to the people, the dwarf is going to attempt something with advantage as he is getting help from the other cultist that entered the room. That's a natural 19. Okay. So, you guys hear some kind of spell being casted as the first success is initiated for this process. As there's some kind of incantation. Bosch is too far to hear. Cora, you are right there, but you don't understand what they're saying, and it's something that's saying with you. But they're starting the process of something very, very, like they're summoning something much bigger than they expected. That's going to take his entire turn. Blakely is going to go ahead, seeing now that there's a Goliath is there, he's going to go inside, take up the last space inside the thing, and he's going to just roll a d20. That's a natural one. So as this success happens, suddenly Blakely comes in and you can hear, what the fuck? Ah! And just immediately causes a fail on whatever check's happening inside. You can hear there's a rustle, and some sort of like power is has to be redone quickly. So yeah, something good and something awful happen. But with that being the case, Cora, it is your turn. You have 1 HP. Two people are defending this big room of four cultists that are in there trying to summon something they shouldn't be. From you, 25, 30 feet. Um, hold on. Oh, natural 20. So this is what happens. I rolled that as a luck check. Natural 20 is very good. Yeah, no. I'm looking through. They don't want you to do this. But the natural 20, the one person that could stop it is not does not see you do this. So you cast Cloud of Daggers, and what exactly is the Cloud of Daggers again? It's a Cloud of Daggers, and how much damage do they take? What do they have to roll? So you go and cast these daggers, and suddenly all of them are like, "What the fuck? What? And you feel them just starting to get shredded by these. Even I say the high elf and the Goliath are getting shredded. But how big's the cube? Yeah, no, I'd say the guy's still building. It doesn't get the two people outside. But to get see the four people inside, you're doing a serious problem to them right now. But you also put a big target on your back. Okay, so it's when they start their turn, and when they okay. So when they first enter. So oh god. Fuck me. Okay. This cult member takes 10 points of damage. The Goliath, no, the Dwarven takes 10 points of damage. Blakely takes 10 points of damage. And the third cult leader takes 10 points of damage. Oh boy. Wow. You do 40 points of damage to all of them, equal 10 equal each. And you suddenly, what you hear that this Cloud of Daggers is no joke. They want this stopped. And so they're suddenly panicking, and they're like, "We need to get this done faster!" It starts coughing under the blood. You can even hear the dwarf suddenly be like, "Quick! Someone hold my arm together! It's about to fall off! Oh no!" What do? You stop a bonus action, and you have movement.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry about me. This is the character. Yeah, 30. I'd say you get to the top with 30 feet diagonal. You don't leave anyone's area. I think you're fine. You get to the top. Yeah, 30 feet. I will say this is like they have a flat top. Okay. Hell yeah. Good shit. Something. Good job. That's an amazing turn by Cora. Up next, Javier is gonna look and just say, "Good job." You don't hear this, but you see him give a thumbs up, and just once again fans the hammer on his revolver. That is going to be a 22 to hit on the El High Elf, which does hit. So it's gonna roll 2d8 plus 3. Oh god. 7 and 11 plus 14. This bullet, it looks, this bullet suddenly, like this bullet comes out much faster than the high elf expects. And as the bullet pierces the chest of the high elf, the high elf leans backwards and looks like he's about to expire. But not like the red, like the orange mist around, not like the blood, the mist around, you guys. You see this dark red energy pull back a little bit, just a little bit of health in time. And as a reaction, actually, no, that's not a reaction. But you feel it just missed the mark. He barely rolled. Hit enough damage to kill him. So, this high elf is on death's door, and he looks completely ready to be expired. But that's the end of his turn. Javier is going to rush forward 15 feet. Gonna roll wisdom save. That's gonna fail. Javier's still slow. So Javier's currently 45 feet away from the hut. Up next, it's going to be that same cult leader. That just almost died. Let me just see something. He's going to, as an action, put... He's going to put his hands onto his chest, and you feel a pulse of dark, deep red energy as he casts Lay on Hands on himself and heals himself for a certain amount of damage. And and as a bonus action, he's going to... Oh, there's my brother-in-law. Hi, Cody. Don't mind me, you don't have to talk. But yeah, no, this is my brother-in-law, guys. Anyway, back to this game. So you see him pulse deep red energy into his chest as he heals himself just from death's door, thanking, and Cora hears, "Thank you, Kicker C, for this healing." And he suddenly then, as a bonus action, casts on himself a spell. Actually, no, not yet. No, that's not what it is. He's going to look up towards you, Cora. And even though you are a little hidden away, he's going to, with 5 feet reach out with a very fast arm and try and pierce you again in your stomach. As this gets abnormally long and just... That's going to be a hit. That's a 19. Oh, God. It's a good thing you healed, because you won't die unless they roll pretty good. No. You get 2 points of piercing damage, or in this, 2 points of bludgeoning damage as the nails break off as they hit you, but they do 2 points. And he just looks like, ah! And he just looks angry and completely ready to destroy you. But Selena, it is your turn, and you just saw this happen, and suddenly this weird pulse of energy hits him, and he is now revitalized a little bit more. Just the smile back on his face.
I'd like to shoot him.
Yeah, go ahead. You will advantage because you are hidden. That absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll your damage and your sneak attack.
That is 14.
14 damage as he pulses the energy back. Your arrow once again strikes true. It hits him this time not in his neck, but right where the bullet was, and now there's a second bigger hole, and the arrow stays there, and he looks really close to dying. Yet there's no red pulse of energy. He is just barely hanging on as his arrow pierces his heart, and yet it's still beating. But that's a very good shot. Is there anything else you want to do? Okay, roll for fucking stealth.
16.
Okay, you seem pretty hidden. Up next, Bosch, still slowed. What you gonna do, bud? You are 45 feet away. I think you move 15 feet closer, correct? Oh, actually, I should specify something. Blakely. No. The elf does succeed his dex save when as he starts his turn and ends his turn in the crease. So, Bosch, what do you want to do? Yeah, no. I know there's no rolling to hit magic missile. How do you want to do this as you kill this blood mutant high elf? Blood mutant high elf. Oh, the first general of the Wanderers of Kicker Sea. A blood hunter mutant. That's his class. Actually, wait, no, that's another one. Sorry, that was a different one. So how do you catch his attention as you're slowed? I'm sorry, you're still finishing your sip. And you cast it oh, actually, before you do that, roll me a d20, actually, because this is important. Perfectly fine. Never forget what I just said. Yeah, so you are still slowed, so even your speech is slowed, and you get out, you think it's really cool that you're about to do this, but you sound like you're really troubled, and then prematurely cast magic missiles. How much damage do you do? I think it is the 3 darts, yeah. I will say this. You just roll. You don't need to roll how much damage, actually, because this guy had 2 hit points left. You, I will just say, your action, you just shoot 1 dart expecting like more, and as it comes towards him, he's like, I'm sorry, you're still speaking, and it just goes through his mouth into his stomach. Poof, small explosion as his guts spit out, and you just see him his eyes roll back, and he just falls to the floor. Dead. And now, is there anything else you want to do with your turn? Yeah, go ahead. God damn, dude. Was it a natural one? It's fine, man. It's fine. So you are still slowed. Now it's going to be the changeling. The changeling's inside. He's going to make this disadvantaged because he is not very intelligent. Actually, no, he is very intelligent. He's going to roll a flat one. But he's not rolling with advantage because he's actually rolling with disadvantage because of the cloud. And so he starts his turn in the cloud. How much damage does he take? Cora. He starts his turn in your cloud of daggers. How much damage does he take? Okay, so immediately he takes 11 points of damage as he starts his turn in the thing. And rather than help and do this, this takes an action to do. And it's important because he just took a lot of damage. On a odd number, he's going to make the check. On an even number, he's going to run out and try and mitigate the damage done outside. He looks towards both of you, and Cora, you hear this lightly. I will kill whoever is challenging us. Just make sure you summon him. And he runs out. And steps on the dead body of the high elf. He's like, no! And just looks forward. Doesn't see Cora. Just gonna roll perception. Natural 20. Looks directly at you, Selena. Even though you are perfectly well hidden. He looks directly at you. It takes 5 feet of movement to get out of the building. And his form suddenly shifts. You see he was a bugbear before, but he's suddenly going to... What was it? He's going to do a thing where his form suddenly starts shifting rapidly between different types of humanoids and different types of animals, as suddenly he shifts and enters this blood hunter form of a mutant. And it's just suddenly, clearly, just everything is fluctuating from aliens to humans to different races of different animals of different kind. He can't keep a form, but yet he still stays as a big, medium-sized humanoid. He's going to consume what he calls a mutagen and go into a rage and rush right towards you and roll an attack with advantage. And just misses with a 12. That was so cool, and I'm so mad that didn't work out. But you still see, as you get right up close to him, he consumes something and goes into this huge sort of fluctuating energy of being a changeling and this mutant of some kind changed by the magics of Kickersy. And he only attacks once and misses, and he looks at you and in almost like many different voices screams, "You went to hide for last!" Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. Next, now, top of the order. I need someone to roll me a d20. That was what you needed. Holy shit. As you, Cora, you are surrounded by red mist. Or orange. We're surrounded by orange mist. And as you healed yourself, it dissipated. Selena, you shot this arrow that's still in the neck of this person that was piercing red. And that dissipates. And suddenly, around the mist that's still in the area, suddenly 8 columns, all different colors: red, blue, green, magenta, purple, white, orange, and black, mix together to form one chromatic orb, and almost evenly splits off and hits all 5 of you. And you hear in your mind a familiar warlock that was a friend of yours for quite a long time, and who will be severely missed. I give this gift to you as my final goodbye. Use it, and may you be successful. Everyone, welcome to level 6, and enjoy the benefits of a long rest immediately. That was very good. Good shit. That could have been bad. So yeah, you all get level 6. You all get immediately a long rest as you suddenly are revitalized and everything comes back to you. And I will even say, everyone loses their slow condition. As you guys do that, make sure Greg actually hit long rest. Yeah. So, as you do that, the cult leader number 2 doesn't know this is happening. He's going to roll with just straight a check. Natural 1. It goes further wrong as suddenly these checks aren't working. What they're trying to do isn't working as these daggers are digging into him, and he is struggling to do anything. And it takes his whole turn to do that. And things are going badly for these cultists. Up next, Greg. You were hit by 8 different colors. Hear this voice, and suddenly your mustache that was bloody, perfectly white. Your wounds close, and you, slightly stronger, slightly bigger, and see the targets ahead of you. So, welcome to the Big Boy Club. What you gonna do, gamer? Yes. There is a mutant right in front of Selena. There's a Goliath right in front of the door, a dead high elf, and 3 people inside the building. Say that again. You want to make a what? What? Sorry. Um, David, what is he saying? He's muffled for me. A sneaky, like he wants to sneak to the small window. Okay. You are, you were, I believe. Did you? I say you move. I'd say you would have moved 22 feet towards. You are around like 35, 30, 40 feet away from the window. This will take most of your movement to get there. Um, Go roll for me a stealth check with disadvantage as the mutant and the Goliath are right there in front of you. This is with disadvantage. Wow. Okay. Um. Uh. Fail. And fail. Yeah, they are distracted by the big lights. They do not see you go underneath the window. In the build, so I will say the window is not cracked. So I will say this. I will let you do it, but it's going to take 1d4 away from the damage overall. All right? Say that one more time. No, movement doesn't count as an action. The bonus action can only be used once. So it's like now you have both your action and bonus action back because you're not slowed. All right, roll for hit. Roll to hit the door with the thing. Yep, easy enough. It's a very low DC. You smash your window, you smash the window completely, and you summon your fire breath. What's your damage for that? And is there a save I need to roll for these guys? Alright, so starting off with cult member number 2. 13 dex. That is going to pass. Now it's the... Oh god, the dwarf fails. And then Blakely himself. That's a fail. So the dwarf and Blakely both fail. How much but the monk does succeed. So no, not you. This is another monk. So the monk is able to dodge out the way, but you look and see as you burn this. You blow fire directly into the dwarf's face, and the dwarf immediately melts to the ground as another member of the generals are dead. And Blakely takes the full 14 and looks very hurt and is kind of melting a bit. But you are there, and and that is your turn because there's nothing else you can do. Up next is going to be the Goliath, who suddenly looks at this and is shocked. And he's like, "You! How did you? Oh no!" And he's going to go and attack you twice. He's going to go ahead and attack you twice with his great axe. And as he does so, he is going to go into this anger that his blood pulses red, and he gets extremely angry. That's going to be a 24 to hit. And that's going to be another 24 to hit. So you're going to take 2d12 plus 8 damage. You're going to take 5 plus 13 points of slashing damage as this guy, even in his anger, completely shits the bed. Actually make that 19. Sorry. It still is a very low hit for him. Yeah, no, it still is a very low hit for him, but that's like supposed to. Sees you suddenly fully healed and take the slash, and you're hurt, but is not as bad as you were before, and he looks bewildered. Blakely is shocked and confused and doesn't know what to do. He just looks towards the cult leader, and the cult leader also, Cora, I need you to roll your cloud of daggers twice. So the cult leader, the second cult leader takes 9 points of damage, and Blakely takes 8 points of damage. And Blakely's going to make an attempt with advantage to try and get Spain to here. That is a 19 to 16, so those are successes. The natural ones are very bad. They seem to get back on track a little bit, but they're going to need a lot more luck in their favor, or take a drastic measure in order to get their leader here, looks like. And Blakely, as a bonus action, you guys don't, I guess Greg would see, takes a big potion and just starts gulping it down. He's going to heal for 2d12 plus 8. 15, 23 points of healing. You suddenly see his health come back to him, and the Darius is still in front of you, but I think at this point he would remove his guise and show the face of Blakely Darktusk to you, Greg, and to everyone else around him, but no one else is there. But he's just suddenly is like, I'm done with this, and lets go his concentration on that. And he also then realizes that slow is out, and that's going to be something. Cora, it's your turn now. You as well has been hit and have been completely revitalized. It is the Goliath, and the mutant is next to Selena.
I'm going to fly 15 above the 15 feet above the mutant and cast lightning bolt. It's a strength saving throw of 14.
Hell yeah. All right.
Oh, did you need more?
For what?
Lightning bolt.
Uh,
It's
oh,
flying.
what's the dex? What's the dex?
It's a 15.
He rolls a natural 16 plus 1, so he succeeds. So he doesn't get dragged 15 feet, or he does?
Yeah, he does. He suddenly goes up 15 feet.
Okay. So his changing form gets latched, and he just suddenly is strongly implanted into the ground, as you are not able to pull him up.
All right, I'm going to do bardic inspiration for Selena. Just sort of whispering some like soft music, like you got this, you can handle it.
All right. Well, Javier suddenly looks at this. I leveled up Javier's character, but Zach is completely able to change his character down whatever route. This is just for this fight. This is in the moment spur. He looks towards the mutant and the mutant that's been lured, and he looks towards that mutant that was lured, and he suddenly feels revitalized, and he takes his gun, he flips it around and pops 2 bullets now into the into the mutant blood hunter. That's gonna roll be 2d20s, and since he's actually a rogue, he's going to be rolling this with advantage because of Selena being right there. So that's a 23. And that's going to be a... Actually, wait, shoot. That's going to be a 23, and then that's a 22 too. Yeah, both of those hit. He's going to roll 4d8. 4d8 plus, I think, 1d6 for level 1 in Rogue. And he's going to add 6 to this roll. 3, 4, 7, 10. 10 points, 16 points of piercing damage, half to 8. And then 3 points of sneak attack, half to 1. So 9 points of damage as he unloads the fans the hammer. This bullet gets 2 chests, but does not seem to get affected as much as Javier was hoping. And Javier just says, "Shit!" And he's going to start running towards the building. And get a little further away from Greg, but be relatively close by. He still can see in the window. Okay. And he's actually he's gonna go and hide as well. All right, that's a stealth. Okay, next up is gonna be you, Selena, as there is a mutant right in front of you, who is in your space.
I'm gonna try and stab him in the dagger venom.
Go ahead.
That's a dirty 20.
That hits. Go ahead and roll your damage. Is there anything that you'd like to do with that venom dagger?
I mean, I'm gonna use the full 2d10 poison.
All right. Is there any save for that?
15 Constitution save.
He has a +1 to con. He rolled a 17. So he does not. I think he takes half. So no, it doesn't. Not at all. You, yeah, as he's raging, and it does not seem to impact him. So is it set? Was that halved already, or was that seven all around? So it's half to three as you pierce it into his body, and yet you feel the pulse of blood, and then the poison just licks, kind of spurts back out of the dagger, out of his wound as it did not find purchase, and the wound did not seem to take effect as much as you'd like. That being said, I think unless you decided to go down a different route, you have a second attack. Right? Or because you're. Oh, I don't. Man. What level did you go? Level 5 rogue? Or level 2 bard? Oh, weird. Okay, then I guess you only have one. That's weird. Alright. Alright. Cool. So that's your attack. How do you want to get away from this guy? Oh, do you want to stab again? Okay, go ahead and stab again. Does the dagger venom only happen once? Yep. Okay. Yeah, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. Half to 4. You are stunned, even though these hits aren't hitting as much as you like to. You see his form suddenly start to wither a bit as it starts to become slower, and it's becoming harder for him to keep this rage holding on. That's the end of your turn. Unless you want to make an attack. Yeah. All right. He is going to. Let me see what he can do really quickly. Yeah, no, as a reaction, he's going to opportunity attack. He's gonna make an attack of opportunity. That's a natural 17, so that'll definitely hit. But he's also gonna roll a wisdom saving throw. And fails. As you turn to run, you get slashed for 7 points of slashing damage. But as you do, his eyes, where his eyes are, become a deep dark red as the scimitar in his hand suddenly glows the dark red and says, "You will die this day, for I won't rest until you do." And he's gonna keep attacking you now. He's going to roll again. That's going to be a 15 to hit. Okay. That's going to be 9 points of slashing damage, and he's going to roll again. That's going to be 16. That's going to be 6 points of slashing, and he's going to roll again. That's going to be an 18 to hit. He's going to roll, and you're going to take another 9 points of slashing, and he's going to go again. Hits. 7 points of slashing damage. How much health do you have left? 12. so it just misses. And as he slashes this last time, it misses, and you see the rage and anger is still there, but you're able to run away now. As he just wails on you suddenly, this built up anger and frustration built into this sword and this curse that he has been taken by Kikrsey for wielding such a powerful weapon. You are able to run away 25 feet. Bosch, it's your turn. Your rogue that just ran by you, and you would have seen her suddenly as she just turned to run away, just gets eviscerated out of nowhere as this mutant figure suddenly looks like just gets completely just completely goes ham on her and just goes above and beyond and beyond and beyond for to damage her. But you see that he's about to die too, and it looks like this is his all out. Yeah, you could say so. No. I'd say that Selena was able to get away from it. So she's 25 feet away. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. What is the is there dex? It's a dex save, right? It's a 15 dex save. He has a +1 to this. If in a rage, he does not get advantage on dex. So it just gonna be flat. That's a natural 16, so he takes half damage, but go ahead and roll that shit for me, man. Hey, you may kill him on half damage alone. Yeah. So. Actually, I'm going to make a house rule. That, what he did just now with like 5 attacks, winded him. So, disadvantage. Still a 17. Wow, dude. That's crazy. That was a natural 19 on the disadvantage die. Say that one more time. 15. And it's half the 7 because he succeeded. 6. No, no, no. You roll 8d6 and then you half that. Yeah. This is why you roll all the damage and don't just roll half. Um, how do you throw this fireball orb to send this mutant to its well-deserved death and awaiting arms in hell? Yeah. You see him as he just wailed on him, just on Selena, walked, somehow misses, angry, doesn't see it in time, even though he reacts in time, doesn't, is not able to overcome as the fire consumes him. And what's left is really just what you'd expect. A body, a charred live body of an alien like figure that as it burns suddenly disappears and joins his master in the nine pits of hell as the third cult leader is killed. And up next was that cult leader, and would have straight up ran at Selena if he did not kill him up that outright. So good shit. But up next is going to be there is now only three left. The second cult leader is going to with the cloud of daggers. I need the cloud daggers damage again. All right, 8 points of damage as this guy is struggling and he's going to roll. He's actually going to, as a bonus action, channel something within himself to add a second die to this roll and burn something away that he loved and cared about. That's going to be, I'd say that's a success. And he suddenly starts feeling the room glow red. And darker red, but it does not seem to hit yet. It needs one more success. After two nat ones, they have to restart entirely. But up next will be you, Greg. You see this as there starts to be a portal to form inside the building. Yeah, you see this as the portal starts to be formed. It's kind of like haphazardly formed. It's just the cult leader, one of the cult leaders, and Blakely. And outside is the Goliath. Yeah, go ahead and roll for attack on Blakely. You missed. You have a second one. Natural. Okay. No. Okay. So roll for me damage on the. Actually, hold on a sec. I need to. Yeah, no. He's going to. Yeah, he'll take 7 damage as he drinks the potion, and then you immediately just throw a dart in his neck, and he fucking dies. I'm just kidding. No, but the dart stays there and he just looks and turns right towards you, as he pulls it out and it hurts like ah. But you do damage to him. Is there anything else you want to do? I can see you right there. It's clearly you that threw it. You have the darts in your hands. Come on, bruv. Oh my god. Could you kill him? It's anything else you want to do? You have a bonus action still. Okay. Now is the Goliath's turn. He's going to once again roll 2 attacks on you with advantage. That's going to miss. And that's going to hit with a 22. You're going to only take 16 points of slashing as he misses the first one and just immediately just slashes and then just like kind of like panic swiping, and he hits you for a heavy hit though. And just going to go and stay on you. Next up is Blakely. Blakely gets hit by this dart and says enough is enough and burns something very, very important towards him. The memory of his partner Darius Farmore. And because of that, he gets to roll 4d20 for this roll. He burns this memory deep inside of him. And you can even see, like you, Greg, and I'd say you too, even Javier would see, the tendril of the memory comes out of his brain, and as it turns from a white, turns to a deep red, and it sinks into the portal, and boosh, the portal opens. And, but that's all and that took all of his turn. Cora, you hear this, and you, at this point, don't know if what's happening yet, but the portal's open. What do you want to do?
So real quick, did I need to roll 5 damage?
Oh yes, do me yeah, do that.
That was it.
Yeah. Yep. 8 damage. He takes it like a champ as he just centers himself as he's getting cut by these daggers. He just absorbs this and takes this memory of his late partner Darius Farmore.
I'm going to lie down amongst the guys still outside and try and open the door again.
You want to go down outside?
Yeah.
The door is closed currently, so it won't get them inside. You have to go and open the. You have to go inside and actually do it.
Nobody's outside.
No, only the Goliath is. There's three. There's three cult members left.
Tell you what, is there a chimney right
No, no. I rolled a luck check for the natural one. No, there is no chimney, and it looks like the roof is made of hard stone, and so there's no way in hell you'll be getting in there unless you go through the door.
let's see. Yeah, I guess I'm going to. Guess I'll go in the door and see what happens.
Okay, you go through the door, and nothing really happens. I mean, your cloud of daggers is there. Does it affect you?
That's a good question. I don't know. I look. It just says the creature. So I guess
Yeah. So it does affect you. It does affect you. So as you enter it, do you take damage?
yeah, I guess so.
Okay, roll damage for yourself.
Nice. That is 13.
Okay, so you take max, I think. No, I don't think max, but you take a lot of damage from your own blades as you step in, and you want to cast Thunder Wave in the
Yeah.
middle. All right. What do? And is there both con saves?
It's a con save 14.
14 and a 9. So I'd say the cult leader number 2 succeeds. Yeah, with a con of +1. Yeah, no, he succeeds. And Blakely, the con of +1, he fails. So the cult leader succeeds, and the Blakely fails. What is the damage? You nearly killed the cult leader, the second cult leader. As Blakely takes the whole 9, he looks suddenly calmer, much less passionate, but driven. But he doesn't know. He looks confused as to why he's doing this, but the mission is still there. And but he hits it, and he flies back and hits the stone wall. I'd say dealing another 4 points of bludgeoning damage to him. As he does, the portal still stays open. Is there anything do you wanna get out at that point? I will say you kind of see the second cult leader stumble, and he's right in front of the portal at this point.
So I can stop him.
Yeah. You if you wanted to stop him, or you don't really know if he wants to enter or exit.
I guess let me try grabbing onto him.
Yeah, I mean, so you're in there. Okay, so you're in there.
Yeah, I'm inside.
Okay. Up next will be Javier. Unless you want, do you have anything else you want to do? Bonus action?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast first level healing word on Selena.
You can't see her. You're inside the building.
Okay, I got you. I'm gonna cast. I'm just gonna say unsettling word on Blakely.
Okay. What do you say to Blakely? To have unsettling word.
You know you're gonna lose, right?
Okay. What's the roll for unsettling word?
So sorry. All right, so that is 6.
Okay. It's now Javier's turn. Javier is going to rush up to the door, but with a bonus action, it's going to dash in. He's going to also take. Actually, would you have left the door open?
Yeah, I think you just left it open.
Yeah, you would have rushed. He would have stopped in front of the cloud. He sees Blakely, and then looks towards the guard, the second general, and he's going to roll two attacks, one on each. He's going to first try to attack Blakely with advantage because you are right there. Actually, you're not near Blakely, so that hits with a 22. 2d8 plus 3. He takes 13 points of piercing damage and does not look good. He looks pretty fucked up, and he's going to now roll with advantage against the other guy. Without even a second thought, bang! And he doesn't fan the hammer for this one. He just points his gun directly at the guy's forehead, at the monk's forehead. Go get your boss for me. Straight through the head. As you were grabbing onto him, fly through the portal. And he's outside. He's going to run away, take an attack of opportunity from the Goliath. Miss. Yeah, miss. Because I think he has an AC of 14. Yeah. Actually, not a hits, so he's going to get a d12. That's going to be 10 points of damage towards Javier. And, but he's still going to run away around 15 feet. As Cora and Bosch, and I think even no, sorry, not Cora, Javier, and Greg would see this. As the monk gets shot and flown into the portal, almost eerily, a hand, a very elegant hand, covered in gems, but not red, walks out. Everyone who sees him would see this elegant, elven figure that looks very, very like high class, has very royal and ornamental garb of deep dark red that does and very tall, comes up to 6'5", and his features look very sharp. His hair black, coming down to his shoulders, and he just looks past and looks at Blakely and looks at you, Cora. and just simply says, "Your work is done. Get in the portal now." And as he enters, roll for me a cloud of daggers. Okay. Immediately takes 9 points of damage as he enters. Um, but he comes in, and as I say, what he ends up doing, he's like move, rolls a and because, as he casts a bonus action suggestion spell on Blakely, and Blakely immediately moves into the portal and escapes combat. But he passes by you, Cora.
Can I attack?
Yeah, go ahead and attack.
Can I do a two-weapon attack?
2 weapon attack is in your attack twice?
Yeah. So like a
No, it's only one attack.
just one attack.
Yep.
I'll use Greebo
Yep.
then.
To hit?
Tell you what, actually, let me use my luck ability.
Okay.
11.
Nope. You go to swipe and almost like not even requiring a spell point, moves his hand and it blocks blocks your weapon out of the way. One of the cultists survives, or one of the generals survives, as Blakely Tartus exits initiative. And he looks towards you, Cora, and I remember you. You and your good old good for nothing friend have to solve another one of our problems, or make it worse. And he, as an action, is going to point his finger towards you and just say, "Why don't you just scatter?" And you know what's funny? He sees Greg and he sees Javier. I need you and Greg to roll wisdom saving throws. And I'm going to roll for Javier. Fails. $15. Yeah, you all fail. As he says scatter, you feel yourself, the air around you quiver quickly, and then suddenly teleport. All three of you teleport to the outskirts of town. As you are, for now, out of initiative, but all three of you suddenly disappear from the eyesight of Bosch and Selena, and are now in an unoccupied space within 120 feet outside of the area. And Selena, roll for me. What do you see you two? I'm gonna roll a d20. Do you want even or odd? Even. He sees you. You as well roll that wisdom save. You still have Bardic. I will say this: DC is 17, so if you burn the Bardic, you pass.
Yeah, I got plus 4, so that's good.
You pass. So he sees you, and almost like he wasn't smiling before, but then he gives a very sly like smile, and the spell goes to you, and you resist it. And the smile, and he looks dead set at you, and walks backwards into the portal. He's like, he flips over, like, and just disappears in the portal. Here's now. This is just what I'm gonna think. Okay, so you are at 1 hit point, but you see this: the Goliath is the only person there that um that is not in the portal. Do you tend to your wounds, or do you rush him and try to attack him? You are far away from him.
Within 80 feet.
You are definitely within 80 feet. But you don't get advantage because you aren't hidden. And there's no one nearby, as they've all been scattered.
Does he look like he wants to attack me?
No, he looks like he was attacking Greg, and Greg disappeared. So he's still dealing with that, so he doesn't understand what's going on.
Yeah, let's go for it. I'll try to shoot him.
All right. Go ahead and roll the hit.
I got a 16.
That hits. Okay. Um he's going to, as you hit, you see suddenly this stone ish like skin just ripple in front of him, and it reduces that by 4, as he only takes 5, halved to 2, as he is currently raging. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn? Yeah, go ahead and cast Healing Word on yourself.
I healed for 6 points.
Honestly, it's better than something. Better than nothing. Alright, heal for 6. Do you make any movement towards the door? Or do you run away?
So he's still guarding that door, right?
Yeah, at this he's away from the door. He's like underneath the window ish. But like he's away from the door. He's kinda guarding it, but he's not fully there.
Are there any other buildings like the opposite way?
Oh yeah, there's like 6 other buildings around that you remember you snuck into as they were all there. These other.
I just want to run to the nearest one and kind of like hide behind it, but still be like watching just to see what he does.
Okay, are you so you're hiding?
Yeah.
Roll a stealth check.
Good. I got a 12.
Okay. You think you're well hidden? Um, Bosch, it is your turn. You just see you don't see what happens inside, but the glow is still there, and the Goliath. Suddenly, Greg is shunted in front, somewhere in front of you. No, you don't see him. He's 120 feet away in a different place. You don't know this though. Yes. You do see the big Goliath that suddenly is alone in front of the window, that. Okay. Magic missile. What is the damage? You wouldn't know. From what it looked like, he looks completely unharmed, except for some cuts. Okay, go ahead. Okay, 17 damage, and that is not half because it's magic damage. And he suddenly is like looking, or looks around and gets pelted by all these magic missiles. And it doesn't look like he's. It looks like it hurts him, but it doesn't. It doesn't seem like hurt. Like it definitely does full damage, but he has a lot of hit points left. It looks like. Do you want to do anything else? Um, you are already pretty far. You're like 60 feet away. Okay, so you're moving 30 feet away. So now you're 90 feet away from the place. Okay, I will say, you are too far away to stop whatever happened. Actually, you didn't take damage, so Grease is still there. He's going to walk in. This is very important. Wisdom. This is a dexterity save. What is the roll for the save again? He needs to roll 14 or higher on this. He rolls an 11. Um, and he goes prone on the floor, but has enough movement though to get up and run 15 feet into the portal. But you just see him run inside, and the lights flash bright red and shimmer back down. And now there is no one. And Greg, you were 120 feet away. Unless you want to do some crazy, stupid monk shit and try to get back into the combat, I don't think you would have been able to. But so Greg, okay, so here's what I will say, Greg. You have 45 feet of movement. You could bonus action Step of the Wind, which makes you take a dash action, so that's 90 feet. Then you could also dash with your regular action, and get back to 135 feet. But then you would have nothing you'd be able to do, and you have 10 HP. Would you do that knowing that you are low on health, or would you rather? So you're running over, and how do you find stillness in your body through all the chaos and everything that's been happening? All right, and with a simple pet, that slows you down, and you are 90. You are 30 feet away, so you pass by Bosch as you are running away. Greg is running in, and as you get to the center of the dais, you see that Goliath warrior turn, fall on his ass, get up, and with 15 feet, run inside and get into the portal. And as he enters the portal, it closes. So, 2 out of the 6 generals have succeeded in escaping. But they definitely didn't expect what you guys threw at them. I will say, combat is now over. But, and you guys all gathered together in the center, and from here, I'll leave you guys on this. Sorry, the music isn't the right mode for this. Guys, hold on. Oh, oops. That's not who I wanted. Give me a second. This is not supposed to happen like this. You guys all get together and surround the dais, kind of just hang out, catch your breath after, quite honestly, was for some of you really close to death and what somehow worked out in your favor. And as you're resting, you see a little orange, brown, and black cat with a white underbelly just walk out of the street and stare at all 5 of you, yawn, you would have recognized this cat as Greebo. And as you say that, it turns around and walks into the main building. And when you go to look, it's gone. And that's where we're going to end today's session. Congratulations, guys, level 6. And that could have gone much worse. That lair action was like, that could have not happened and you guys would have been completely boned. Yeah. Well, finally, something that took us a month to happen has happened, and we can all now start playing D&D, whether we have the whole party or not. But thank you guys for playing, and thank you guys for watching. This is a big turning point for the Knights of Greebo, as they now have successfully-ish thwarted the plans of the Wanderers of Kickersea. Who knows what'll happen next as they explore the ruins of Aberdeen, as well as the remains of the Wanderers of Kickersea. Let's come back next week, or whenever we decide to record another session. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do like doing these things, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.